welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and we're continuing on from where we left off last time. We are going to get the harvester running. We've got 3 fields that need cutting before the end of today. 31, 103, and 32. So I'm just going to grab the header and pull it out over here. We'll start with this field here. I've got this the 7810 here out. I don't know whether I actually want to run the other tractor on the carting, but I have an idea for the other tractor. We really could do with cutting the grass today as well. So I'm half tempted to get a hired worker out doing that job. We've got a trailer in this shed over here. So we'll back this up and get this hooked up as well. But yeah, we should be able to get through the 3 fields in the rest of today. And then if we do have time, we'll go and get the grass cut. If we can cut the grass today, that does mean we'd get 2 more cuts before the end of the year, which would be really good. And we could make silage bales actually out of the grass that we've got available to us at the moment. Right, so there's our tractor done, and we will jump into the combine. Should be able to get this unfolded and sorted fairly quickly. So unfold that, bring it away from the shed so that we don't hit the side, and round. Yeah, that's pretty good positioning, I think. So this is a decent sized combine for the fields that we start with on here. I really do like the starting equipment on this map. It is quite a good set of starting equipment you get on here. I want to reverse around the other way because we want to keep the auger into the field. We're gonna get the straw off this. We've got canola in our further field, so that won't give us any straw. But this field here is wheat, and field 32 is oats. So all 3 of these fields, or both of these fields, sorry, should give us a nice amount of straw off them. And I've not actually set us up to run with GPS on here, so let's do that quickly. I was just gonna run around it, but oh wow, no. Work direction, I think we want to do, that's not a bad work direction, but I think if we go back a little bit, we can probably get this to go at an angle that's a little bit more suitable to this field. One more, there. Oh, look at that. No, we've got to go the other way. There, we will go at 0. Right, okay, that. And away we go. Yeah, this is a really weird shaped field. Now, I said I wanted to create straw off here, but I've had the shredder on the whole way around this headland so far. So now I need to switch that so that hopefully we should get some straw, or a straw swath out the back of this now. Sometimes farms do shred the headlands and just do straw on the main body of the field, but this field is so small and we've got so little on here. I think it's probably wise for us to do the headlands as well as the main part of the field. That's our field of canola. That actually is a bigger field than I thought it was. That's really good news. We're going to get more canola off there than I thought I was going to get. This field here is not particularly big, and neither is field 32. That's weird. Field 31 and field 32 are about the same size. Field 32 looks smaller than field 31. That's really interesting. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Comparing those 2 fields, I thought that field 31 was much bigger than 32. What I am pleased to see though is that there is a dirt track from our farm down to 31. I thought that there wasn't one there, so that's good. easy access to everything. And this is what I was talking about last time in having my farm all connected. I really want to be able to get to all my fields without having to drive on the main road. It makes me feel like I have a connected farm, because that's the kind of farm I grew up on. So the fact that so far all of our fields are connected is great, although I have a feeling we're going to have to put a new road in down the edge of 32 in order to connect our grass field into the farm. First headland done, so I'm now going to spin around. We'll get the auger out. Not that I'm particularly expecting to have to empty this combine anytime soon. We are only 25% full off that first headland, so yeah, it's going to be a while before we have a full combine. Still, this is going pretty well. I'm looking at getting through this field quickly, which is what we want to do, because this is the smallest of the 3 fields that we have to do today. I messed up a little bit in this corner. I didn't quite go round as fast as I needed to, so I'm gonna have to back this up, come back and sort this out. Yeah, look, we've got a whole area there that just hasn't been touched. We'll bring this in and we'll do this along here. It's going to give us a little bit of area that we're probably going to have a new straw swath for. This is a very awkwardly shaped field. I think ultimately this is probably a field that I'd want to turn into grass. It's not quite the right shape for me to get a vineyard in here. I mean, it'd be nice to have the vineyard right close to the house, but I don't know, actually. We might be able to get some vines in here. We'll have a look at it a bit later on. But where we're going to place the vineyard is going to be really, really important on here. And getting that right is going to shape things going forwards. 1, 2, 3, and we'll cut in on the 4th. So I'm just trying to work out where my best place to get all of that sorted is. And now I can turn off my lines because I know roughly where I'm going to be doing my cut-ins. And yeah, we don't need the visible GPS anymore. We can just crack on with this. We've finally hit half full as we're coming to the end of our first cut-in. So yeah, we're gonna get not even a full tank of wheat off here. That will be enough to keep us going for a while. Of our 3 crops, this is the crop actually that is going straight into the chickens. We don't really have much choice on that. Right, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, look at these. These are quite close together, these rows. So I'm going to just clean things off on this bit. This is a very odd field. And I think vines might be the best thing for it long term. Just doesn't seem to be a field that fits a harvesting shape very easily. And yeah, I think vines, maybe vines and grass might be a good mix for it. Or maybe working some of field 31 into it might help as well. We're only 2/3 full, and we've got this area here and a small area sort of over that way to do. So it looks like we're not gonna get much more than about 6,000 litres off this field. So very small field, not a huge amount that this wheat is worth. And as I said, pretty much immediately I'm going to go and tip as much of this as it will take into the chicken feed, which is really all that we've got of this field. So I think this field is probably our best bet for us to get a the vines set, and then we'll have a look at it and see whether there's a way we can incorporate any of it into field 31 as well. Let's turn off that. We've got rain on the way. This could be disastrous. I'm really hoping that rain isn't for a while, because that is going to be a huge problem if we have rain gonna hit during this harvest. It could cause us to actually lose crop. Let's have a look. 8 o'clock this evening, and it's a short shower. We're all right at the moment, but yeah, that could be bad. Also, we're in for a rocky October and November, although I think we're probably going to end up skipping most of the winter on here, because I really don't see there being much for us to do. So let's go get this tipped, get the chickens fed, because at the moment I don't think they have any feed at all, and then we can crack on with the next field and get the canola cut. Our our storage area is here and actually goes across to the shed on the other side. So let's tip this, and then I'll show you guys exactly where this goes to. So this fits into here, this goes over into here, into this shed, and we got 3 storage bins. So really we've got space for 3 crops on here, which is very nice. I've put the wheat into there for now because, well, I know where the chickens have to take their feed, but I want to go and sort that separately in a bit. I really want to get this harvest out as quickly as possible. I can feed the chickens pretty much at my leisure, whereas we are now in a rush against the rain. We've got less than 6 hours to get these fields cut. So there will be no going into the evening. It is all gonna have to be done before the rain comes at 8 p.m. So yeah, let's get in here, and now we're gonna go and get this canola cut and get this in as well. Interestingly, my GPS is not detecting this field. It is there. I am on it. There we go. That was a little bit weird. It just didn't detect it for a minute, and until I went in there and basically reset it, it had a problem. Turning these fields around quickly is going to be crucial on here. I think that we have barley. Yeah, so September and October is our planting window for the wheat and the barley. So we want to get the wheat in next month, get it in as early as possible, make sure it's ready for us to harvest next year as early as possible. I think we will probably put the barley in, or sorry, the wheat in on this field here. That way we can maximize how much we're going to get. Plus, this field here is one of our bigger fields, so absolutely perfect for our output for the second year. The canola, I don't know if we'll do canola year 2. I'm kind of tempted to go sunflowers. Sunflower oil seems to be a better thing for what we're doing on here. I mean, olive oil would be a really good thing for us to do on here, but doing both grapes and olives, I think, is going to be a little bit of a push. All of that equipment is very expensive, and as it is, we're going to have fun at getting the grape harvester. Although it may be one of those things that we either have to lease for the period of harvesting, or that we end up getting a higher purchase and financing it. But we will see. We'll see how we go. We certainly want wheat, and I'm very much thinking that sorghum is a good way for us to go for the chickens. I have some testing to do, because I've been told that feeding your chicken sorghum is really effective. Increases your egg production. So I've got to work out whether it's just whether it's actually something that's worth doing. Sorghum, of course, sells for more money than wheat. So I want to see if putting the same amount of sorghum in, or the same value of sorghum in as wheat, produces a greater value of eggs or not. So the headlands haven't been bad at all. We are about a third full, so we might actually get an entire tank of the combine on here. Now, thing to remember is canola takes up a lot less space. We get a lot more value from every 1,000 liters of canola. I missed a small section there, so we'll just grab that. Yeah, so I'm not expecting such a high yield. This, though, is turning out quite well. I'm gonna split my field down the middle here, and we'll work our way out. But yeah, this seems to be, or it seems like we're gonna produce a decent amount of canola off this field. Probably, if it's a full tank's worth, we're gonna be worth maybe up to 10 grand from this. So we'll see how we go. And that looks like the perfect place to actually divide this field. We've got a small section left over this side here, with that bit there, and then the rest of that is quite large. So I'm pleased with that. That has actually worked out quite well for me. Tank is half full, and that's good progress. We've got a big chunk of field left, so we're still on track for a tank full of canola off here. I think that would be about a tank and a half of wheat, I think. So yeah, it gives you a good idea. I look at field 103, and I do think I'm probably gonna have to do something different with that to make it work. It is such a small field that we need to maximize the money it makes. And looking at this, yeah, it's the way it's set up at the moment doesn't work for me. Gonna head up the top here. I think we've only got one row to go here, so we'll spin right round and in. Yeah, it is a single row. We'll make sure we get all of this, or at least as much of this as we can. Yeah, that's what I thought. Left a little bit. We'll position ourselves there. In and get the rest of this. That is looking well. And yeah, we're going to be at about 60% maybe by the time we've got this side of the field finished. That just leaves 40% on the other side, which I do think is doable, although it might be a little bit closer than I originally thought. 3 rows into cutting into this side of the field, and I'm now at 70% full. It's actually going really well. It's only just gone 25 to 4 in the afternoon. We've knocked out most of this field. We've knocked out all of field 103, and we've just got the one last field to go after this. I am hopeful that we might actually be able to get some grass cut today as well, and end up with a position that I hadn't expected to be in. So we will see how we do. Last long strip, and we've passed 80% full. Yeah, this is really good. We could be approaching 90 by the end of this row. I don't think we're actually going to hit 90 looking at this. In fact, I think it's going to be much closer to 85, but that makes me very, very happy. Oh, as I'm sitting here going through this field, I'm working through the stuff that we've got to do in the future on here, and one of the things that is definitely striking me at the moment is that we are going to need to borrow some money. I don't see how we can set up the vineyard without borrowing some money. The fields on here just aren't going to produce enough this year. I'm also looking at the shapes of field 33, field 31 and field 103 and kind of going, I know how I will rework these fields in order to make them make sense to me. The way they're shaped at the moment isn't great, so I think once we actually have the money to buy field 33, we're gonna find it comes fairly quickly for us to be able to clear things up and get things finished. Oh, look at this. We are not gonna hit 100% full, I don't think. There's not enough in this corner. We've only got a tiny little bit to go, but I think our combine is going to be 90% complete or 90% full, or at least verging on it. We're at 88%. We've got a little bit left in that corner there, but that's still a decent amount up here. That's still 7,116 liters we've got, and we've got just this little section left over here. I don't think the field configuration that we started with on here would have produced us any more than this. But is that everything? That is everything. So we'll turn that off and we will go and get this emptied. So auger out, and we'll just hop across the fields to get that. And there's an equipment trailer on sale, but I don't think we need that. We'll empty this out, and yeah, I did, as you probably guessed, tip the wheat in the wrong place. I had meant to tip it in the chickens and then kind of panicked a little bit with that weather coming in and tipped it in the wrong place. So we might go and just rectify that a little bit before we continue. It has only just gone 4 o'clock, so we've got plenty of time yet to sort things. In fact, I think the best thing for me to do would be to go and get the hired worker starting on this next field, and we'll go and sort that out. And we might go and start getting the grass cut. So start this up. We want to start this with a hired worker, AI worker. Yep, that is all good. So take this into this corner a little bit and set that going. That will reposition itself a little bit, decide which way it's going to go around the field, which is that way, and we'll go and sort our tractor out. So if we pull into here this way, I can immediately tip this here, and then we can we can come under the other spout and empty all the canola in. Right, let's get the wheat out and get this done. I was thinking, oh, I'll just use the bucket to do this, but we don't have a bucket on the farm. We've only got the bale spike and the the bale spike and the pallet forks. So yeah, we need to get this sorted. We still need to get cows, but as I said, we can't do that until we've actually got feed. We bring this around here like so. Oh, this is tight. This is very tight. But we're in. I have to pull this out and back it back in again. Yep. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Didn't hit the edge at all. I'm very pleased with that maneuvering. That worked well. Downside is this shed is not tall enough to actually tip the wheat. Or in fact, I think they're full. Yeah, they're full. They only take 750 liters. Yeah, we do need to get a bucket then. in order to feed the chickens, I think a bucket is going to be very necessary. You can't tip the trailer in the shed very easily, and they only take 750 liters. So it's not a massive amount that our chickens need feeding. So let's start up this tractor then and see if we can get this doing some mowing. Yeah, there we go. Lift up the front weight. This is connected to the implement at the back. Disconnect that. That's our planter or our seeder. We'll actually probably use the 7810 for that work. We'll attach this, lift it up, fold it down. There we go. And is there a way I can get to the grass field from here? No, I think my cow yard. Oh no, there is a roadway down the end here. I think though, yeah, this only goes as far as here, and then the grass. Then oh yeah, look at this. The cow field gets in the way, but we might be able to get a road down the edge of this field here to get us down this way, round here, and connect this up. So a little bit of reworking there. And then this tractor, we're going to leave with the hired worker cutting this grass field. And when this combine gets to the end of this headland, we will take it off the hired worker. We've got 28% full on oats already, though. That is really good. Let's set ourselves up. We're going steering assist with automatic. Okay. I'm hoping that that is the same way as the... Yeah, that's the same way as the hired worker was going. That's good news. We want to turn right round then. And go the other way. And yeah, getting that grass cut today, that is going to be a huge boon to us. That grass field, I'm looking at that and kind of going, I want that to be an arable field. I think we might turn that round, get an arable field out of that next year. Maybe move oats into that next year and rework our fields around here. Now, as I said, 103 would make a great grass field for us. And maybe 31 would make a good vineyard. I think there's a lot to look at. I think the oats are most definitely going to be one of our crops on here. We are at 53% full on this combine after the headlands. We're looking at getting a very nice amount of oats off here, and oats pay well as well. So yeah, I think oats are going to be one of the crops we do. Wheat is almost certainly going to be a crop that we do. And then yeah, I'm very much feeling like I want to branch out a little bit. Maybe get a different header and do some sunflowers on here. I think would be very nice as well. And possibly sorghum, which I know is 4 crops, but I kind of want to have a look at that. Although, having said that, with our chickens taking so little, that's very little of our wheat harvest they're going to take every year. So I'm actually happy enough not doing the sorghum at the moment and testing that somewhere else. I think this is a perfect setup for a wheat, oat and sunflower farm here, and the only thing we need to keep an eye out for is a sunflower header for our combine. Slightly concerningly, our other tractor has only just made it to that point on its headland. I kind of think I might have been wiser to have got that cutting a lot earlier than it is. With it being 5:15 now, that tractor, yeah, I don't know how far that's going to get through that. We might have to leave that going into the evening and get that finished off camera, simply because we really want to get that field cut. And I think we're probably going to do hay. We've got with it going in September, it being fairly dry other than the small shower that we're expecting. Hay seems to make the most sense at this time of year, followed by doing some silage in November. So that's I think how I'm going to work that. And we are over 80% full on this field. That's really good. That makes me very happy, because that is a really decent amount of oats off here. 92% full. I don't think I'm gonna make it the whole way down the next row. So let's bring the 7810 up alongside and empty it. First field that we've had to empty before we finish the field, which is very good news. Yep, that's filling up. And now we'll be able to cut into here, finish off this field, and should end up with at least a half full trailer, which I'm very happy about. It looks like we might get this field out by 6 p.m. It is absolutely amazing how many oats there are on here. We're already up to another 29% full, so nearly another third of a tank on here. And we will have a third of a tank, which is great, because we were... we were 92% full. So I'm happy with that. That is a really good amount off here. There's good amount of canola, good amount of oats, a decent amount of wheat considering the size of that field. It has just worked out really well for our first harvest. And this should give us good 20,000-30,000. That is going to cover a nice whack of what we need to do. We still need to get cows. We still need to get we actually still need to get the equipment to make silage bales, to make hay bales. Yeah, there's quite a fair amount of equipment we need to buy over, or at least lease over the next few weeks and months on here. So let's get this opened up, and that is the harvest done. Very happy with that. So we'll get this back to the farm and we will get this all emptied out. We have, I'm guessing, about half a trailer. Yep, there we go. Over half a trailer's worth. Up to 10,319 litres of oats. And that just leaves this little tractor working in the shadow of the viaduct. Doing a grand job, actually. And seems to have some... seems to be some interesting stuff going on under the viaduct. You can see it's not dropping any of the grass then until it comes out the other side of it, which is really interesting. That's a little bit odd. But yeah, so we're gonna leave this working into the evening. It should handle the rain without any issues. I think it'll be done before the rain. So that's good. And then next time we'll pick up here and get this field tethered, rowed and baled. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.